Hello again, and welcome to Answers. This time I'm looking at Test 4 review. And in this review right here, we're looking at the answers. We're going to start with the basic integrals. Again, for all of these questions, you should try them first and then check the answers, as opposed to just watching me solve them. But for our first question, number 1, they want the integral of 4x dx. Well, first of all, this is the indefinite integral. This is the indefinite integral. Sorry about that. And so remember, when you're integrating, just add 1, adding an x. So therefore, this is going to be 4x plus c. When you ever have the integral of just a number by itself, the answer is just going to add an x to it. Number 2, the integral of 4x minus 3 dx. The answer is going to be 4x. Then you add 1 to the power. The original power is 1. You add 1 to that, and you get 2. Divide that by 2 minus 3x plus c. Again, here you're adding in 1x. Again, you can always check this by taking the derivative. The derivative of 3x is 3. And so therefore, you know that that is indeed the correct antiderivative. And simplify, so that's going to be 2x squared. These cancel. Minus 3x plus c. Again, that's my indefinite integral. Number 3, again, we're going through the easy ones first. That's 4e to the x dx. The antiderivative of e to the x is e to the x. And so therefore, my answer is going to be 4e to the x, again, plus c. Don't forget about the plus c. By the time you're done doing all these integrals, you should be hungry, thinking about all them cookies that you get to share with nobody but yourself. Yes. Number 4, the trick question. I have just the integral of dx. Well, this actually means the integral of 1 dx. We just leave off the 1 just like the coefficient. And so this is simply x plus c. That's the answer number 4. It's the same thing as question number 1, except we didn't write the 1 down. Question number 5 is more practice, and it is there to remind us that integrals often involve fractions. And so I have 4x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 dx. So again, you start 4x, but then you add 1 to the power, so it becomes a 4, and you divide by 4. These two terms, right here and here, always will be the same. And then that's going to be minus 2x cubed divided by 3 plus 3x squared divided by 2 minus 5x plus the unknown constant c. Only the first term simplifies, and so that gives us our final answer. 3 over 2 x squared minus 5x plus c. There you go. Answer. Number 6, the antiderivative of 4 over x plus 4 dx. This again is a special question. Here you have a single x in the denominator. Again, this is equivalent to saying 4x to the negative 1 plus 4 dx. Whenever you have a single x in the denominator, the antiderivative is a natural logarithm. ln of x plus 4x dx. The 4x comes from this 4 right here. And so the ln of x comes from this term right here. Remember, this only applies to a single x in the denominator. Oh, why have dx at the end? Should be plus c. You know, c is the cookie. There we go. All right. Look at question 7 on the other hand to make the point plain. I have the integral of 8x cubed plus e to the x dx. I have to first write this as 8x to the negative 3 plus e to the x dx. Again, so first things first right here, I'm writing it as a regular power function, so then I can use the antiderivative instructions. Notice I did not do this in the previous question, number 6. So I'm antideriving. So I'm finding the antiderivative, so it's going to be 8x. I add 1 to the power, so that's a negative 2, divided by negative 2, plus e to the x plus c. The x comes down, so that's negative 8 over 2x squared plus e to the x plus c. And then I simplify the function. 2 and the 8 cancel. So the answer is negative 4 over x squared plus e to the x plus c. There we go. Nice question right there. Notice how they start to get longer. Number 8 is the antiderivative of 2 is 3 cube root of x to the 4 minus 1 over x dx. Again, I have a single x in the denominator, which would mean I will be a, say it with me now, natural logarithm, absolute value of x. But before I do that, I rewrite the first term as x to the 4/3 power minus 1 over x dx. And so that's going to be equals to the antiderivative of 2. I have to add 1. 4/3 plus 1 is 4/3 plus 3 over 3. That's 7/3. So that's going to be 7/3. Oh, don't need the integral symbol anymore. And I'm dividing that by 7/3 minus ln absolute value of x plus c. That's equals to 2x to the 7/3 multiplied by the reciprocal. And so that's going to be 6/7. You think of this right here as 2 over 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 7 is 7. And then this right here becomes the cube root of x to the 7th power. Ln absolute value of x plus c. Look at that. Another one bites the dust. Number 9. Antiderivative of 3 over the 5th root of x to the 11th power dx. So that's going to be the antiderivative of 3 over x to the 11/5 dx. And move it up, so integral of 3 times x to the negative 11/5 dx. Now that I have rearranged the problem, I can now go ahead and solve. So it's going to be 3x, add 1 to the power, negative 11 over 5 plus 1, negative 11 over 5 plus 5 over 5, that's negative 6 over 5. Divide that by negative 6 over 5 plus c. Got some simplifying to do. So that's going to be 3 times x to negative 6 over 5 multiplied by the reciprocal, negative 5 over 6 plus c. Put this as 3 over 1. That's going to be 15 over 6. 3 times 5, 1 times 6. And I am going to take this negative x and put it in the denominator because of the negative power. Of course, plus c. I can reduce, divide by 3. That's going to be 5 over 2. And then change that back to its radical form, x to the 6th power. And of course, keep yourself some cookies. And that right there is our answer. Almost there. Number 10. Hopefully nothing's wrong so far. Integrating 3x minus 2 times 2x plus 4 dx. You distribute to simplify. That's 6x squared plus 12x minus 4x minus 8. The middle terms combine. Minus plus 8x minus 8. And then I integrate. 6x, add 1 to the power, divide by that answer. Plus 8x, add 1 to the power, divide that answer. Minus 8x plus c. Simplify. 3 goes into 6 twice. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 8x plus c. Number 11 is like number 10, just takes more time. I'm integrating x squared minus 3x plus 2 times 2x squared plus x minus 3 dx, and I gotta FOIL this thing carefully. So that's going to be 2x to the 4th power. Integrating. Plus x cubed minus 3x squared minus 6x cubed minus 3x squared plus 9x plus 4x squared plus 2x minus 6 dx. Grouping like terms, 2x to the 4. I have an x cubed here and an x cubed here. So that's minus 5x cubed, x squared, and x squared. Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2x squared. I have an x and an x. That's plus 11x. And then minus 6 dx. And lordy, I am integrating. So that's 2x to the 5 divided by 5 minus 5x to the 4 divided by 4 minus 2x cubed divided by 3 plus 11x squared divided by 2 minus 6x plus c. In this case right here, I have no simplifications. And so therefore, this is my answer. Sheesh. Hard-working sacrifice. Number 12, integral of x cubed plus x squared plus x minus 3 divided by x squared dx. And so that's going to be equals to the integral of x cubed plus x squared minus x minus 3 times x to the negative 2. Notice right here, I have to then distribute the x to the negative 2. So that's the integral of x. These cancel out, leaves us with a 1. Minus x to the negative 1 minus 3x to the negative 2 dx. And now I am integrating. Again, you have to be careful, as always. That's going to be x squared over 2. There's 1 right here when you add 1 to the power. Plus 1x. This term right here represents a single x in the denominator. You have to be aware of that. That's going to be minus ln absolute value of x. Minus 3x to the negative 1. I add 1 to the power, divide by negative 1, plus c. And so that gives us 1/2 x squared plus x minus ln absolute value of x plus 3 divided by x plus c. And that, my friends, is my integral. A bonus question for those playing along is the integral of 5 times the ln of x dx. Remember, ln of x is special. Its antiderivative is x ln of x minus x, and then I simply distribute the 5. 5x ln of x minus 5x plus c, and that is my antiderivative. Oof, hard work.